Ash, and this is Chai and Matcha, where we try to have meaningful conversations around personal development, pop culture, mental health, the Desi community, and so much more. If you're into that kind of stuff, or just need someone to accompany you on your commute, or when you're having your chai of the day, I hope you'll follow, comment, rate, all of that jazz. I'd highly appreciate it. So today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite topic in the entire world, which is skincare, and how to start with a skincare routine, how to manage your skincare routine, how you can improve on it, and all of that jazz. It's something that I think about a lot, and it's something that I've truly been interested in for a while now. So I have honestly, if I were to tell you my skincare routine as a child, I would tell you it was literally non-existent. The only thing that I would do is clean my face. I wouldn't even put moisturizer on. Sunscreen is a long way away. But I recently got into skincare as a sophomore in college, and since then it's become such a big part of my life. It's been a source of joy for me, but also just like a part of my daily routine that I enjoy doing every single day. So yeah, whether you are a very new person to skincare or a long time learner and user of skincare, I hope that this episode will be useful to you. So a lot of the content that I have learned about skincare has been through the internet, whether it be through dermatologists or estheticians or skinfluencers that I adore so much. So we're going to start off with, I think, the basics. Like if you are a, to the point kind of person and you just need the bare minimum for skincare, here are the 3 products that you absolutely should be using as just part of your hygiene routine, as just like the bare minimum, which is A, cleanser, B, a moisturizer, and C, a sunscreen. So obviously a cleanser is going to be getting rid of the bad parts of your skin, whether that be dirt, mud, pollution, anything that is the bad parts that you encounter throughout the day. Those are things that you want to get rid of. Now, obviously, I'm going to go into detail about the different types of cleansers later on, but for the time being, a cleanser, which is going to be just getting rid of the bad stuff on your face, and then a moisturizer, which is going to help just keep going to replenish your skin with a moisture, as well as secure your skin barrier. Just make sure your skin is doing nice, just giving it a little extra boost, kind of a little oiling, if I might say. And then last but not least is your sunscreen. Now this is what's going to protect your skin from the sun and the UV rays, which are so bad for you, and especially with global warming and the breaking up of the ozone layer, UV rays are definitely hitting us much harder now, and so we definitely do need to protect our skin, and we use SPF or sun protection for that. So those are the 3 main products that you should be using. Now, obviously, each one of these have different types and different variations, and that is your bare minimum. There are obviously more steps that you can definitely add to target if you have certain insecurities or certain blemishes, for example, that you have with your skin that you want to work with. There's a lot of other products that can be used to sort of help better that. Now, we're going to start off with the different types of cleansers and then the different kinds of moisturizers and sunscreens, and then go into the different products that you can use after that to help target a certain area of your skin. So when it comes to cleansers, ideally you should be using a oil cleanser as well as a water-based cleanser. Now, you probably learned this in science class in high school or whatever, but there's oil mixes with oil and water mixes with water, right? And same thing, sort of same principle. You want to use an oil-based cleanser to get rid of the oil-based dirt and stuff, and then a water-based cleanser to get rid of the water-based stuff. Now, obviously, this can include makeup if you do use makeup, or any other particle that you come into contact with during the day. So I would highly recommend a oil-based cleanser. Now, this can be in the form of a balm, a gel, or oil, or straight up oil. There are certain oils that you could definitely use olive oil or argan oil or any of those kind of things, but those are a lot harder to get rid of your skin because they don't have emulsifiers in them, which actual products that are developed by chemists and stuff do have, which are much easier to clean off your skin. So though I suggest a more actual product that is an oil-based cleanser instead of straight up oil, because those are going to be harder to remove from your face. Now, the second one is a water-based cleanser. You should always use your oil-based cleanser first, and then you use your water-based cleanser. Now, I wouldn't do your water-based cleanser is going to be, any kind of like your soap that you use on day to day. You can obviously use bar soap, but I would prefer that you use a actual facial soap, because the skin on your body is a lot thicker and a lot more resistant to whatever, things you're going on with. It can deal with harsher soaps and harsher chemicals, but your face cannot. Your face is going to be a little less resistant to that. So I would recommend using an actual facial soap. And yeah, also you do want to use soaps and products that are based on your skin type or skin concerns. Yeah, going into moisturizer. Everyone should be using a moisturizer. I don't care if you have oily skin or dry skin. Fun fact, your oily skin is actually just dry skin that just is producing too much sebum to overcompensate for the dryness, and that's why you're having oily skin. So if you just moisturized it, it will help calm down your sebum production or your oil production on your face. So wearing moisturizer when you have oily skin actually does help. So just a little tip for you. So if you have dry skin, you probably want to go with a heavier moisturizer to compensate for the dryness. And if you have normal skin, you'd use a normal cleanser, a normal moisturizer. And then if you have oily skin, you would use a gel-based moisturizer, which is a little lighter, but it'll still give you the moisture that your skin desperately needs. Yeah. Lastly is your sunscreen. Now, obviously, sunscreen, there's different types. There's an essence, there's probably milks, there's probably like lotions. As a darker person myself, I struggle with finding sunscreens that don't have a white cast. And so I prefer ones that are essence-based, or essences, or like lotions, but you have to be careful with the lotions sometimes. Or gels are pretty good too. I just wouldn't prefer a milk. Also, sunscreens have two types of sunscreens, which are physical sunscreens and chemical sunscreens. Your chemical sunscreens have chemicals in them which help get rid of the UV, versus physical filters, which actually have like an actual filter. And physical ones are usually the ones that have more of a white cast. So both of them have their benefits and both of them have their disadvantages. So I would just try to find one that you can use every single day. I love using Japanese sunscreens. Japanese sunscreens are my favorite thing in the world. They're just so much easier for me to find, and they're easier to use, and they feel like a normal lotion, and they don't feel greasy or just like gross on me. So I highly recommend that. But if you were able to find a sunscreen that is accessible to you and available to you and that you like using on your skin, it isn't too much of a burden and doesn't break you out, I would just recommend just sticking with that, because literally, like, it's so hard to find a sunscreen that you like and that you will use, and it's accessible to you and available, and cost-wise is good enough for you to use. It is so hard. So if you find one, just stick with it, okay? So now going into the fun extra steps, which I really enjoy. So we have our toners. We have our toners, our serums, our ampules. We have facial mist, all of that stuff. Now, all of that stuff is just essentially going to either hydrate your skin, or it's going to brighten your skin, or it's going to exfoliate your skin. Now, those are your three main options. I believe. So hydrate is obviously adding more moisture to your skin. It's going to help with all that. Now, there's a lot of soothing ingredients as well nowadays, including your Centella asiatica or your Cica, and all of that stuff is just going to help soothe your skin and get it nourished and replenish it with the nutrients it deserves. And it's like this is your aloe, your Centella, your Cica, your any of those kind of things are just going to be extremely just like nourishing and soothing to your skin. You also have your exfoliating, exfoliation essentially is getting rid of the dead skin on your dead layer of skin off the top layer of your skin. If that makes sense. So this can be very powerful, or it can be very gentle. Now, you want to not immediately go for the most intense one you can find, because it may end up on the other side. You might break out really easily, or your skin might be damaged. So you do want to go gentle with your exfoliants. Now, there's two types of exfoliants. Usually there's your BHA, which is your beta hydroxy acid, which is your salicylic acid, and this is going into your pores and cleaning it out. And then you have your AHAs, which are your alpha hydroxy acids. Now, there's a variety of alpha hydroxy acids. Now, the most strongest one is going to be your glycolic acid. Now, this has the smallest molecule, and so it can go the deepest into your skin, and then in that way do that. don't use glycolic acid because to me it's too harsh on my skin and I break out really easily. So I don't use glycolic acid. There's also your mandelic acid, your lactic acid, there's just so many glycolic acids on the market. And so if you want to use any of them, I would highly recommend. Just as a basic exfoliant, you do want to go slow and gentle with this. Don't use it every single day. Also, make sure to wear your sunscreen to also protect your skin after that, because exfoliating your skin is kind of harsh on your skin, It's really just like getting rid of all these dead skin cells. It's really putting your skin in a very vulnerable state, So you really have to protect it at the same time. Make sure that if your skin is burning or if its skin is doing anything of that sort, make sure that you are don't overdo it is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, so yeah, you also have, last but not least, when it comes to exfoliators, is your retinols or your vitamin A family. So now there's a lot of different types of retinols or vitamin A derivatives. So you've got your retinol, your retinal, your retinaldehyde, your retinoic acid. Now these are all going to be varying levels of intensity or has potential to sort of irritate your skin. The one that I use at the moment is called adapalene. It is called your adapalene gel or different gel, and it has been mind-blowing, life-changing for me. So I highly recommend. I got this from my dermatologist and I really do like the results. I've been using it for about 4 months now and I've seen such a drastic improvement. But obviously every skin product is going to be different for every single person, and the way that your skin reacts with it is going to be extremely different. So you do want to make sure that you are taking care of your own skin, and just because it worked for somebody else, it's not going to work for you. We don't really know, just really assess your own skin, or listen to your skin, listen to your body, listen to, yourself, and because you are the best judge of what your skin is like. Okay. And last but not least, you've got your brightening ingredients. Your brightening ingredients really helps with, more so your hyperpigmentation or any discoloration that you have here on your face. So this is your vitamin C, your alpha-arbutin, your niacinamide. Any of that stuff can really help brighten up the dark spots on your face that you could have after acne, your hyperpigmentation. It can really help with that. So I've definitely used vitamin C in the past. I've used alpha-arbutin in the past, and I really do like the way that it really helps with the skin. Now, I'm not to say that your exfoliators can definitely also help with that, because again, it is getting rid of the dark layers of your skin, but vitamin C and stuff is definitely very much targeted for those specific reasons. So yeah, now all of these types of things can be put into different types of products. So your toner would go right after after you've cleansed, and it's best put on moist skin, so that way it goes deeper into your skin. So the best way to arrange your skincare routine is you have your cleanser, and then after your cleanser, you would go through your entire skincare routine from the least viscous to the most viscous. So now this would be your water-like consistency to your gel or your heavy moisturizers. That would be the order. So you go from the lightest to the darkest. That way, whatever needs to be penetrated the deepest is going. So your toners, your mists and stuff are going to go the deepest because those are more water-like, and then it will go into the most thickest one. So on top would be your moisturizer, just to seal everything in, make sure everything is nice and clear, nice and put onto your face. That's probably the best way to sort of arrange everything in your skincare routine. And yeah. So obviously skincare, there's so much more to it than what I just said, but that's just the basics. So just remember, I hope you cleanse your skin, moisturize your skin, and you protect your skin with sunscreen every single day. I tend to do all of these 3 steps at night. In the morning, all I do is just wash my face with warm water, and I give it a hydrating toner, and then I put on a sunscreen. That is all I do in the morning, and at night is when I go with my multiple things, whether it be my retinol and my adapalene and my moisturizer and all of that stuff. And obviously I'm not going to use the sunscreen at night because going to bed, there's no sun, but also last but not least, make sure you use a sunscreen every single day. Every 3 hours is better if you can do that. And even on cloudy days, the sunlight is still coming through. That's why it's daytime. And so the sun is still coming to you. So make sure you use it every single day, even if you feel like you aren't going to do that, unless you're literally stuck in a basement all day, every day. You need to use sunscreen. Sunscreen is so key. And that's why like you finding a good sunscreen is such a good thing, because like, it really does change your life and it really does change your skin. I've seen such a drastic improvement with using sunscreen every single day and using a moisturizer and being really consistent with my skincare routine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's week's episode. I hope you maybe learned something, or if you haven't, like, if you share a similar love for skincare as me, literally follow me, and like I love talking about this stuff, like literally, especially like Asian skincare. Like I want to know more about like Indian skincare or Ayurvedic skincare and stuff like that, because like that to me is also really intriguing, and it's not something that I've gone into quite yet, but I'm so excited to learn more, especially like, turmeric and ashwagandha and all of that stuff is something that I really want to learn more about and how it interacts with our skin. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Please make sure to subscribe, follow, comment, all of that jazz. Follow me on Instagram at Chai and Matcha, as well as Ash Roses XO, which is my personal account. Till next time, bye.